So I slide up, boom, 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 and there's the crescent kick. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We got a good one for you, dude. We haven't done this one in a while, but we got a Technique Tuesday coming at you. Let's get into the video. What up, everybody? Everybody, what's up, everybody? Now this is a little karate gym, a karate technique gym. That's something that you guys can use, and it's very, very tricky, and it's super powerful if you set it up correctly. You see it most of the time in Kyokushin style tournaments, and people just getting put to sleep with it. And it is the crescent kick. Two types of crescent, well, three types of crescent kicks. You have the inside crescent, which is done with the inside edge of the foot. You have the outside crescent, which is the one we're gonna be focused on today, done with the outside edge of the foot. And then you have what we call the spin crescent, which is mostly done with the outside, but you put the spin on it, you be knocking dudes' heads off. Way more powerful. But what makes this thing so effective is that it's very hard to see coming. Because if you do it correctly, that foot comes like right up your body and then it makes contact. It can be done with the front leg or the back leg, depending on how flexible you are. But we're gonna talk about some ways to set this bad boy up. Now what's great about the crescent kick, it can be used for many different things. One, I like to use it to knock my partner's guard down if they're keeping a hard guard. Just pretend this guy's got his guard up, right? I use my front leg to kind of hit the hand downward, which helps me and puts myself in a good punching position. Unlike the hook kick, right? I can use the hook kick to knock the guard down, but the thing with on a hook kick is I'm leaning too far back, and going from here to my punching position, it takes a little too long. So if I use my crescent kick to drop the guard down, if you notice where my body's positioned now, right? It's easier for me to land my strikes after I knock their guard down. Now let's talk about the crescent and how to do it. Number one, if I use my front leg, a great way to execute this is what we call the slide up movement. And that's where I move my back foot up to my front foot and I lift my leg, which makes it tricky because it looks like I'm getting ready to do a front kick. I can do this kick from afar, right? I could also do this kick from literally this close and execute it. You have to develop it because it's all done with this here, your hip. If your hip is weak, you're not gonna get the snap on it. And it's not a snapping, you can snap it, but I'm trying to get my whole body into that crescent kick. So I slide my back foot up, turning my body straight ahead. If I'm in my side stance, it's more here, okay? And as I slide up, my front leg comes up. Now this is where the whip comes in. So I slide up, boom, and I whip the kick. If my bottom leg isn't grounded, if my bottom foot isn't grounded, it will spin me around when I make contact. So my base leg has got to be strong enough to make contact, and if they don't move, to be able to put my foot back down. So it's good to be able to do your crescent kick on a sturdy bag, so that way you're able to put your foot back in good position to strike from. You don't want to make that thing spin on you. I mean, you can set it up for spin back this, but I want to put my foot in front. So one, I slide up. Two, knee comes up like I'm doing a front kick. Boom, and I execute the crescent kick. I'm hitting with the outside edge of my foot and my ankle bone right here. Very solid. I've actually seen guys get knocked out getting hit with the outside edge of the shin bone. So one, I slide up. Two comes up, boom, and there's the crescent. Now, a great way to set this thing up. One, I like to use my front hand, especially when my opponent has a good high guard, or if they're playing that front hand touch game. You've seen John Jones and a lot of other fighters do that, where they get out here and they touch hands, they're grabbing hands. If my partner has his hand up, I like to slap that guard down as I slide up. If I don't set it up that way, they'll see the slide up coming, and that's a telegraph. So as I pat that front hand down, that's when I slide up. I slide up, boom, there's the crescent. And what's good is, I slide up the crescent, I can go into my takedowns, or I slap, boom, I can throw my hands afterwards. That's one way to set it up. Second way to set it up, which I've seen a lot done, and it's very, very tricky. Kind of like the Shevchenko low kick into the side kick, but we're gonna go low kick into the crescent kick. So maybe you're smoking them a lot with that back leg, boom, maybe low kick to the outside, right? And I don't have to be too far away, just boom, heavy leg kick there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fake the leg kick. Instead of turning my body for the side kick, which is a lot of movement, my body doesn't do a whole lot of movement either, my upper body, which also makes it tricky because they don't see it coming. I leg kick, see your head, boom. There's the crescent, right? Low kick, head still staying right here. I'm not leaning, and now I bring it up, boom. There's the crescent. Now, it may not seem like you have a lot of power, but the power is in not really the technique, but the surprise attack. They're thinking you're going low. Maybe they drop that hand, right? Or maybe you're throwing a front kick to the body and you stuck them really good with it. Those hands are gonna come down. And what surprises is that leg comes literally right up their body, and then with the last 3 or 4 inches, that's when it comes in to make contact. And that's what people don't see. It comes right here. And if you notice, I'm not leaning back, which is a big tell that you're about to do something crazy. But since my head is staying stationary and not doing a whole lot of movement, it just slides up. And then I execute the crescent. Boom. I've seen guys do it up against the fence, where they got their opponent against the ropes or the cage, and they just step back just a little bit. Boom. And there's the crescent kick. Now, lead leg crescent, which I showed you, back leg crescent, and now you have the much more powerful. Spin hook kick, my head is leaning away, right? Here, I can do a spin crescent kick from this far away and get a lot of power. Doesn't matter if they have their hands up. I suggest you practice this kick. All right, we're gonna be getting back into our Technique Tuesdays. We got a lot more to show you. We haven't shown you everything, all right? So the plan is for us to show you, you go back and work on it, and you apply it in your training and in your sparring. This is Steven, Wonderboy Thompson, signing out for your Technique Tuesday. Sweet T is managing the camera right now. He is also here. He says hello. He misses you guys.
I can speak for myself.
Sorry, sir. But you're supposed to be quiet. This is camera's on me.
Yes, sir.
But we love you guys. Hit that subscribe button. Throw some comments down below. Let me know what technique y'all want to see next, guys. I love you. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.